Hello Thomas fans, this is Rob the Green Engine here once again. Today I will be previewing all the original characters that appear in the first series of Sodor, the drama series I've created that will be shown on YouTube later this year. I will be asking people to voice characters as soon as the scripts are all written, so stay tuned for the casting call video. Paul. He is a brave breakdown train and is always eager to help others, but whenever something goes wrong at the time of an accident, he'd get quite frustrated. He is often the one left in charge if the Topham Hatt isn't around. Coleman. He is a determined fire engine and always does his best to put out fires. However, he gets bored and grumpy quite easily when there isn't an emergency, and often takes this out on the other engines. But he is still an important member of the railway. Troy is the chief mechanic at the Sodor Steamworks. He helps out Victor quite a lot, but also spends time with the other engines in his free time. If the engines are dealing with a situation that isn't that important, Troy would help out in place of the Topham Hatt, which can often get on his employer's nerves. Roberta. Despite only arriving on Sodor quite recently, Roberta is probably the oldest engine of them all, and this definitely matches her logic. She is quite the grandmother figure to the engines, and is very deaf and unobservant. Despite this, she works at the quarry alongside Bill and Ben, and takes good care of them. According to her, of course. Finn. He is a young engine who arrives in the middle of the first series. He has a very strange appearance in which his face is placed on the back of his cab. The reasons for this will be revealed in his first episode. He has a kind heart and gives good advice to most of the engines, based on his previous experiences. Adam Wedgwood. Adam arrives as the new Deputy Controller in Series 1. He is in his early 20s and is very inexperienced. He quite often gets things wrong and gets quite the slap on the wrist from the Fat Controller. He is best friends with Troy Underwood and they get up to rather amusing schemes throughout their day. Natasha is an American engine. She is cheeky and troublesome at first, and this soon puts her future on the railway in doubt. She becomes particularly good friends with Percy and Thomas. Milky. He is the main character in the troublesome truck storyline. Instead of being troublesome, he prefers to be on the engine side, and often stands up to the trucks whenever they cause trouble. Pat and Jean. Despite having the same design, these two branch line coaches are from two different countries. Pat is from England, while Jean is French. Jean gives a lot of good advice, but because of his language, nobody understands him. Pat is more lazy and doesn't do much to help. Tina and Moira. These two express coaches spend a lot of their time arguing, despite having very similar personalities. Alice and Mirabelle. These two work on Duck's branch line. They are very wise and at every opportunity they give advice to the other coaches, but do not like being ignored, and often raise their voices when the others don't listen. And that's it. If you want to voice any of these characters, let me know down in the comments, or email me from the link in the description, or message me on Google Hangouts. Thank you for watching, and until next time, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.